Hi there, this is Caroline, me, and you. This is the yew tree. This is an old yew tree as well. I'm on a site, a very sacred site, that's got an ancient yew tree here that's well over 1,000 years old. In fact, yew trees are some of the oldest trees. I mean, there are ones even in Scotland that are over 8,000 years old. And it's pretty difficult to date this tree as well. I mean, look at the trunk. It's not like you could just go and see the lines. It's got so many different layers to it. It's almost like trees, outside trees, all growing together. It's a beautiful tree. But what you need to know about this tree is it is incredibly toxic, okay? The berries, the needles, it is incredible, the bark. But it's also the most potent of medicines, okay? But only, in certain circumstances. I, for one, will not use yew as a medicine, okay? I do not know enough about its use to be able to use it. I do, but I still wouldn't. What it is used for these days is the pseudo-alkaloids are converted and used in a lab. They're used as chemotherapy. One of them is called Taxol, and Taxol is converted into chemotherapy for ovarian cancer and for breast cancer, okay? And it's also been used for bladder cancers and various things, which is interesting because the old druids and the old pagans, they would use it for cystitis and real difficult conditions of this and growths and stuff. That's how they would use it. It's quite interesting. And talking of the old druids, what they would do is the old druid priests would sit under an old yew tree, a very old yew tree, and there they would sit, and you'd go to visit the old druid priest and you'd go to get your wise counsel, okay? And this was like their medicine tree. And it is really, I mean, whenever you see an old yew tree, it's got this kind of eerie magicalness to it. I mean, right now I am in a foggy graveyard, it's also got that. But it really does have this kind of magical feeling to it, and the druids and the old pagans, they would really revere this tree. They would make staffs from it because they were believed to have magical powers and magical properties to it. They would also, not the druids, but many years past that they would use them, the wood, to make bows because it's the strongest bow. And also knowing its magical powers, magical properties, they were said to. That this was said to give extra flight to their weaponry, which was interesting notion there. It's a few decades ago they came up with the use of it with chemotherapy, which is interesting. It is symbolizing the death of the old year. Now you find yew always in graveyards, okay? Some not, but always you find it in graveyards. It really does predate Christian times. Like I said, it's to do with the druids. It's very much a druid tree, very much a pagan tree, okay? It predates Christian times. So people will say to me, or have said, why then is it in graveyards if it predates Christian times? How is that possible? Well, we know the Christians, plant their churches on pagan sites. I mean, this is a very old site. You can feel it here. The interesting thing is, I learnt this some years ago, is pagans, when they died, and druids, they would plant saplings of the yew tree on their graves, so little baby ones, and what would happen over time is that they would become great big trees. Now, if you had a couple of pagans, like, a marital pair, for example, and they died and they were placed next to each other, the two saplings, the roots of which would merge and join and knit together underneath the ground, which just shows the tree symbolism of resurrection, of everlasting life, and that's an everlasting love in that sense, which is real beautiful. I mean, it does kind of twist a bit like an olive tree. It's really lovely. It's an auspicious time that I'm actually filming this right now, because we're coming up to the 21st of December, okay, which is the winter solstice, which in pagan and druid times is really, and nowadays, is the winter solstice is when it comes to that's the time when things change, and it's no longer we're in the dark winter season of the light is getting darker and darker and darker up until the 21st. Then from the 21st to the 22nd, things start to shift and the light starts coming back in on the 22nd. So this is really a tree of this time, because it is known as the tree of death, okay, because of its toxicity. It's planted in sacred sites for next to graves, etc. And it is the death of this cycle of like winter, because after the 21st the sun comes back in. So it is showing us that the light is coming, and and that the regeneration is coming, that spring is just around the corner, and we're not far off the 21st of December now. So it's very symbolic for us to realize right now, with everything that's been going on in the planet, that the light is coming. It's a really important time to know that up until winter solstice, it's like, we're on this like kind of hang on in there, it's like this cold withdrawing, everybody going in time, and it's about to change. It's about to change. The spring is coming. The light is coming. Resurrection is coming. This good medicine is coming. So just hang in there, everybody. A good symbol of this as well is to know that when a yew tree, back in the Dark Ages, when a yew tree was looking all like sad and dying, what it would do to keep itself alive, it would turn one of its branches down into the ground and would turn that into a root and grow again and have everlasting growth. How amazing is that? What a beautiful symbol that is for the solstice, for times to come, that regeneration is coming. So hang in there, everybody. It's a beautiful old medicine. Connect with your trees, connect with yourselves, and just trust. Everything has its cycle. It's all coming to be. Blessings be. If you need a guide on your journey to help you stay strong, to help you to have a healthy, strong body to be able to go forth and prosper in life, then give me a call. That's what I do. Herbalist, naturopath, nutrition consultant. I work with nature on many different levels to help you to have the right medicines that you need for your life to carry on and be as strong as you possibly can. All the best. Blessings be.